Well, Highguard, maybe you could have become something cool, but GG, no re, and this time actually no re. I was going till server shutdown? Hell no. I got a horrible headache.
I would love to, but my controller charge on my PS5 doesn't permit that.
So, ending thoughts?
The game has a very solid structure for what it has, but unfortunately, Jeff Keighley declaring it the second coming of Christ, as well as saying that he can't even sleep with his wife unless Highguard's on the background, really did not help people's expectations.
I'm gonna say the bones are solid. The bones are solid, but the meat is rotten. The muscle is fetid.
Okay. No, it's not rotten. Rotten would imply that it's Chinese gotcha game levels of greedy. No, it's just that it's really underdeveloped where it should be and overdeveloped in weird places where it shouldn't be. Like, it's underdeveloped because you have that big-ass open world. You can't really do much in because you're just sort of standing around looking for weapons that you can't really level up all that much. And it's overdeveloped in the sense that, like, the base rating is really, really fucking fun. But that's the only fun part.
Honestly, I think sometimes, like, the open world part is fun. Like, the capture the flag segment, if this was just a normal-ass capture the flag, like, if it had a normal-ass capture the flag mode, that could be fun. That could have been fun. Because I like the interaction with the mounts. I like the mounts make you more audible. And I like that there is a character that's specifically made to stuff mounts. But another issue is that his mobility and attack ability are completely removed from him during the sieging portion.
Yeah. I bet they're the best warrior. He's not raiding. Like his role is it said he's an intercept role.
Still, but it just doesn't matter. That's not the point. Saying what role a character is does not necessarily patch up the holes that it has. And I'm gonna say, cheers to the character designer, the person who was also forced to do all of the shop skins. That's a single person. They have an account. You can actually find that account, and they have great art. I think that Icon and Koldo are the closest to their concept arts.
Yeah, we can wait to pay some respect to them.
Which makes me wonder, what was stopping these characters from being closer to their concept art?
Death by committee, probably.
And that is what I think is probably the point of this game. The way this game died was death by committee, toxic positivity. This is the toxic positivity game, because there are design aspects in this game I think are cool. There actually are, and I think that's what makes me angrier about it. I think I'm more upset about this game because there's cool shit in it. But God, Jesus, these shotguns suck so bad. The shotguns are awful in this game. Wasn't there also something about how the person also had to deal with AI shit that was outsourced? Yeah, God bless that person. I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for them. Let it be known they carried. I wish we had this guy, this Koldo guy, in any other game. He would make a killer fighting game character, I think. Like,
it's like a killer instinct kind
yeah,
of.
he's got a killer instinct, dude. He'd be like, he would be someone's favorite character, 100%. He would be someone's favorite character in another game. So big ups to the singular person who did the art on the characters. I'm so sorry that your shit got butchered so hard. And then I'm just gonna say it. The director of this game is an asshole. No, its CEO is an asshole. The CEO for this company is a total little bitch boy. Claiming this shit was indie, it is not. It was not indie. It was a NetEase shell game. And speaking of NetEase, didn't they just take the other
10 cent. You mean 10 cent?
10 cent? Was this a 10 cent game or was this a NetEase?
10 cent.
Okay, so this is 10 cent. My bad. That's worse.
Yeah.
Fuck you, 10 cent. And also, speaking about NetEase, it's because I want to transition to talk about something that pissed me off about them. There is the Yakuza Directors game that they just canceled after giving them money.
What?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So this gacha company, shell company bullcrap is just awful. No wonder he's in cahoots. It got $1 billion of money from China, and most of it went to their pockets. NetEase might do generally stupid. 10 cent is too. This could have actually easily been someone's favorite game. I think if just showing by how much the devs gave a shit after release to push out 2 whole additional characters and a new weapon and new maps and or map rotation and all that, that shows they cared. That shows the developers cared. But there is a higher up issue, and there is also a core issue with toxic positivity, because a lot of its issues, a lot of its problems, the game's problems, are fundamental. And they could have easily been changed or fixed during the critique process, during the testing process. But this just shows, and this is about toxic positivity now, is that people refuse to be negative because they're afraid of, oh, big company's not gonna give me free shit anymore. When if they were negative and gave critique, maybe this game would have actually been a banger. They should get together for an actual indie game. I'm sure these guys can do better on their own. They would never be able to. After what happened here, I genuinely feel terrible for them. Like, I know we were ragging on this game a lot. I feel horrible for the devs. It must suck so bad for something you spent so much time on and were hyped up. They were lied to. They were lied to so much. I'd say there's a difference between being negative and giving critique. The devs probably didn't know that. I think they did. I think someone was literally... It had to have happened. There's no way. Someone had to have been calling out anyone saying negative things, or there had to have been a pressure for them to just be positive about it. Because people who worked on this game have talked about it, and they just said it'd be the greatest thing. They kept saying that there's nothing wrong with it. They kept saying we got something great here. And oh my god. Like, this is a play to make those devs unhireable. And Jeff, man, go back to your fucking Miss Piggy body pillow. Don't ever hype a game up like this again.
Hi, I'm Jeff Keighley, and this game has just cured my goddamn cancer. It's the greatest goddamn thing since sliced bread, and I would let this game fuck my wife if I was able to.
Yeah, that is kind of where he went about it. He was like, this game can have my wife, this game can have Miss Piggy, this game can have Kermit's
Well, okay,
wife.
let's not start talking crazy now.
Oh, that's true. Jeff might not give up Miss Piggy. But Jeff getting this game on the Game Awards gave it a little bit more time. I'm gonna say that.
I disagree.
No, just let me finish. Getting this game on the Game Awards, period, gave it a little bit more time. Putting this game as the last game on the Game Awards and mentioning Titanfall and how Titanfall it is and Apex Legends killed this game. Because people didn't have an interest in it. They didn't have an interest in playing it. They had an interest to playing whatever isn't Titanfall 3.
I'm back.
And when it wasn't Titanfall 3, when it wasn't what they wanted, when the problems which the game does have reared its ugly head, it, you know, I keep, I need to stop shaking my head. I know I'm having a headache when I'm shaking my head a lot. Should have given a single player story? No, I don't agree with that. I think some sort of story would have been nice. I mean, they did animations, but I don't think you should commit to shit like that until you know you have a player base. And I'm gonna say it, 1,000 players isn't bad, but 1,000 players after having 2 million and then dropping off in less than 2 days is terrible. And that was the Jeff Keighley. That was the Jeff Keighley right there. Was having 2 million players and less than a 0.1% remained. That was the impact of Jeff. If this game was shadow dropped, I don't think it would have lasted that long. If this game was simply put in any earlier slot or any non-controversial slot without a massive game right after it, then this game would have lasted longer than this. I think it probably would have lasted a year. I'm actually gonna say that. That I do genuinely think it could have lasted a year. It would have had a small player base, but they might have liked its niche, because the problem is that there are characters who feel good. They interact in interesting ways with the game itself. Like John Highguard, as much as I joke about his design, much as I'm not a big fan of his design, Atticus, I like his kit. I like his kit a lot. But another thing they did is, instead of investing in ways to repel cheaters, of which there were cheaters, people freaking cheated in Highguard. Are you kidding me? And they used easy anti-cheat, which is worthless, and it's basically just makes your game work
yeah, it's just bloat for your game.
Yeah, it's just bloat. I think this game could have survived. I think it being on the Game Awards was good for it, but I think it being the last one and letting Jeff hype it up is what caused its rupture, so to say. Because I genuinely think that people would have gone to this game, they would have felt mixed on it. But the trickle in would have been a trickle in rather than a whole bunch of people going in and saying, it's not what I wanted, and then going out.
Keep in mind that a majority of the hate for this game came within its first hour of being out, which doesn't matter what you try to chop it. You can't fully judge a game like this on its first.
I mean, we've now played 7 hours of Highguard. We're probably in the top 90%.
Out of everyone in this call, I played Highguard the most. I played close to 20 hours because I did try to give it as thorough of a chance as I could. And as I said, this game is essentially the potential man meme of video games, because I felt if it was given enough time and passion from the developers, which clearly did give a shit, they would have turned out as a pretty good game. But it being broadcasted by Jeff Keighley as the goddamn cure for your depression, and that's going to give you $1 million, really killed any sort of genuine momentum it could have gotten by itself. I think if the devs just did what they wanted to do and shadow dropped it like they were planning, it would have been a lot better.
No, I just disagree with the shadow drop. The shadow drop just doesn't make sense.
I see. The only thing I can think of saying is the game had potential, but yeah, things that were kind of a bit sour. Like the art is nice, but the balancing.
What about the balancing? Because balance is always going to be questionable in a shooter game. It's about the metaforming, and I don't think a true proper because we discovered surfing. This game has surfing. This game has wall surfing in it. It has tech. There is tech in this game. But what does it matter? What does it actually matter? It's going to be gone in less than like hours.
Yeah, in like roughly an hour 30, it's probably gonna die.
So, yeah, I mean, shit, we could wait until tomorrow and say we played Highguard all of its last day. That's just... I saw his trailer, gave it a couple of weeks. It also had a bad trailer. It didn't have a very strong trailer. But here's actually something we haven't talked about. I think Highguard's actual biggest problem, and this is gonna sound crazy, I think its actual biggest problem is its tutorial.
Yeah, it took unnecessary long. In fact, you're forced to do it. When weren't on your own and online.
That's like a 10 to 30 minute tutorial. And it doesn't let you go at your own pace. It doesn't let you actually try things. It forces you into a single hero, and that hero isn't even good for what they're trying to show you. Like, people found out that character, that's not his niche. He could use that. He could do that. He could substitute out his hammer for something else. But, like, that's not his actual niche. And then the freaking... it's just... I think you could write an entire thesis about what went wrong with Highguard, and you could also write an entire thesis about, or rather, entire essay about how it could have survived. I don't think this game would have lasted long. I'm sorry. It wouldn't have lasted long regardless. There's some fundamental problems here. It giving a free battle pass is actually pretty cool, and what it did with battle passes is also really cool. It does the thing Rivals does, but better. Where I think the only other game I've seen, I think the best game I've ever seen do battle passes is actually the Outlast Trials. Where they just have them. You can just do them whenever you want, and they'll give you free currency to do them. They don't care.
Yeah, with Outlast Trials, you just get the premium currency rapidly every time you complete a mission.
They don't give a shit. They just say, go do it. Have fun. Keep playing the game, because people will spend money on a game that they like to have more of the game.
Yeah.
Live services seem to have forgotten that. Or maybe they just never realized that. I wish I could like this game, but literally look for things to like about this. It's not interesting, it's a failed attempt. It is failed. And there were so many times in this game's development where it could have been saved. This could have actually been a cult classic game, and I'm not trying to gas this up. I'm not even trying to be nice. Having just played like 5 hours of this game after playing a couple of hours on its first day, on its first day we went undefeated completely. But I'm not too bothered about the losses we had today. Like, I'm really not. I'm in this feeling of calm. And maybe it's because the game's ending. I don't know. But I'm gonna say it. Highguard could have easily been a good game. I don't even think it would have been that hard for it to be a good game. I just think toxic positivity and CEO meddling just messed this game up really bad. Everything that is wrong with this game could have been easily fixed by someone saying something. And then I think it could have survived the Jeff curse after that. But these are could-haves. These are hindsight 2020s. All we can say is the people who did the art on this game, the individual pieces of art on this game, they did great. There is some disparity between the models and its concept art, but I think all in all, this is a very pretty game I don't think it's a good art style, but I think it's pretty. It looks like an ArtStation front page. And there's just the feeling that I'm never gonna be able to experience. There's just not enough time for me to experience everything this game has currently to offer, and I'm okay with that. But it's also a little sad. This is a potential man game. This is a super potential man game, and I don't even mean that spitefully. I hope the people who worked on this game get to work on other things, but I hope the higher ups who are responsible for this game do not get to work on other things. The artists, I hope they do well. Even some of the mechanic designers, despite it chapping my ass a little bit, I hope they do well as well. Yeah, I think that's I think that's it. I think that's all I gotta say.
In the end, how would you rate the game? Like, out of 0 to 10.
Out of 0 to from 0 to 10. I'll give it like a 4. And let me just note that the 4 points are carrying super hard. Those are very strong 4 points. It's actually getting a ton of points deducted. Just as a game, just set of stuff for it. It's not good enough to be passable, but it's not bad enough to be terrible, and it's not 5 out of 10 enough to be a 5 out of 10 that I won't remember. There are games that I have played on the stream that I will not remember, and there are games that I will remember because I hated them, and games I remember because I love them.
And what did you say for Highguard, for one of those categories?
This is a game that I'll remember because of how many things went wrong with it. And I don't think it was the dev team's fault, really. I know we can shorten Frog.
So for some good news, real quick.
Go on.
For the PlayStation Plus monthly games, Slime Rancher 2 and Monster Hunter Rise are.
Well, we got Slime Rancher too, but Monster Hunter Rise is pretty good.
That's
And
awesome.
as well, and if you're the type of person to care about that, you can also get PGA Tour 2K25 if you're that kind of person. But if you are that kind of person, I'm judging you.
Oh, actually, Egg, you give a fantastic comparison. This game feels like watching the downfall of a beloved creator. It actually kind of does. It really does kind of feel that way. But my biggest question is how little do they have left to where they could only keep the servers up for around 50 days? That's what
I think when
confuses me.
when Tencent pulled their funding, that was what was going to be funding their servers.
That's a bummer.
Which is a shame, because I know you just said it earlier. This dev team really did care about this game.
Yeah, they clearly gave a shit. Like, there is stuff that there's stuff on this main menu that's buggy that I can see that they could have ironed out. Like, there is stuff finicky about this game. This game has shit that's scuffed, but there's also charm in this game. We got idle animations of your individual characters just chilling, doing shit that informs you a bit about their character, and they have a little intro too. That's cool. That's neat. I'm up for that. You can see your buddy's mounts. You can see your mounts. There is so much stuff put into this that is smart, but it's the base that it is on, the meat of what it is on, that is the problem. And that's because the meat was given by people who were toxic, greedy little buckets. Like, honestly. Is it only a matter of time for the game fails? The game already failed. This is the last day.
Yeah, this is the last day of the game. It's going to be online.
It's already been pulled from Steam. If you don't have a console, I have heard reports while we've been streaming that various regions on the PlayStation Store don't have it anymore. I genuinely would say if you have the ability to do so, you should try out a match. However, the problem with that is you'd have to go through its god-awful tutorial. Alright, so...
Any last words, anyone?
I think we need some positive news to end off on.
Well, the new PlayStation monthly games are pretty good. Got a Slime Rancher, Monster Hunter Rise,
I can recommend
an expansion for the Elder Scrolls Online if you like playing that game. That's free for this month too.
I can recommend Monster Hunter Rise. They played it through most of the game, and it's a good ride.
Is it crossplay?
I'm sure it
I think
does.
it is.
Let me check.
Let me Google that.
You just go on Steam.
Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter Rise specifically.
It does not.
It was on.
full cross-platform
It
play.
didn't say cross-plat.
No, it's
It's
not.
just
Okay.
online co-op. But it is nice. It's the Monster Hunter game that came out for the Switch, but knowing how the Switch is,
Though I recall a recent game Wilds does have cross-play too, I believe.
Yeah, but WoW's got some issues. That's issues.
not anymore. They ironed out some kinks for a while in regards to graphics. So it does play better. There's still like, hey, you need still like, you know, a decent thing. You can't just have low-end potato PC. But it's still, still a good game.
Monster Hunter games require you to actually have a pretty beefy PC.
The DLC checking, yeah. No, it was.
Yeah, that's funny as hell. That's checking for DLC every goddamn frame.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, some good news, you're getting a story-based Yoshi game. Unfortunately, I will not be able to play it. I'm not getting a Switch 2.
Yeah, the only way I'm getting a Switch 2 is if I either get one gifted to me or someone, like, gives me a broken one and I fix it up myself.
I'd get a Switch 2 just for a Kirby Air Ride.
Don't get me started on Kirby Air Ride. I know a guy who's obsessed to death with that game.
Me too. Well, not obsessed.
I really love the game. And I'm happy that Air Ride is pretty much revived these days.
I think I legitimately need some more good news. This.
Okay.
Sorry, me and Metal are sorry. Don't buy Switch 1 games that are exclusive to 2 for no reason. Good.
And
Good.
And we're getting close to possibly having Mega Man in Cross Worlds.
Yeah, I've already got my racing game of choice.
Like even Mega Man is getting his own track too.
There's a free multiplayer co-op game I found for free to try. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end things here. Again,
Dang.
I am sick. I am
Get some rest.
still sick. I've not been sleeping well, and this is probably the culprit. This is Highguard.
Hooray,
Oh, no,
bye,
not something.
guard.
Find something you might like.
Well, let's see it. That's adorable. That is cute as heck. Those are some cute bunnies. The top one is a bunny, but the bottom one is a bunny.
Bunny.
And next we have this.
Mr. X fan says, "Yo, how many hours left till Highguard gets buried in the graveyard?" We're estimating about 2 hours. 2 to 3 hours. But we're done. We're done. That is a funny looking dog.
What did I do, Yeti?
Get some
Oh,
good rats or
stuff.
else you'll steal the banana horde. I'd like to see you try.
Donate to the monkey and spread her stream around, or else.
Yeah, we sacrificed our
Right.
sin. We sacrificed our sin.
Advertise.
Let your friends know, let your internet friends know that there's a monkey streaming and she has good opinions.
Oh, Saru, quick. What if you opened your door one day and you saw Donkey Kong.exe was out there, and he's like, "Hey, you gotta believe in Santa, otherwise he's gonna die."
The Donkey
Stuff
Kong
like
Santa's gonna die?
EXE, the Donkey Kong EXE is telling me that I need to believe in Santa or else Santa's gonna die.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you do?
I guess I'll believe in Santa.
And then he pulls out a gun and points it to us and says, "I swear to God, if you do not believe in Santa, he will die, and I will kill myself because of you." What do you do?
I guess I'll believe in Santa.
Okay, but then what if he takes you home to his parents and he sees just one slightly larger Donkey Kong.exe and one slightly smaller Donkey Kong.exe there? What do you do?
I'm not going through the rest of the scenario. But
You're no
okay,
fun.
you know what? You know what? Let's continue it. I said I'm just gonna say I'm gonna continue believing in Santa.
Oh, let's believe in Santa.
What if you're just out in one day, then Donkey Kong.exe just comes up, rips off a random man's arms, and hands them to you and says,
Says what?
Says what?
"You're gonna need these for later."
Oh,
Santa Claus was giving him new body parts.
I suppose I would simply continue believing in Santa.
Yeah, Santa was just giving him new body parts.
Yeah, Shanna will. You just gotta believe in Shanna way. Shanna. All right. Let's look at Koldo for one last time. Dang. Great design.
The closest ever having this part in Highguard.
No, not even. He's very Killer Instincty.
Yeah, I mentioned the area of the start that he gives me Killer Instinct vibes. That he's like he's meant to be a Bulgor.
He's even
No, his helmet
named-
reminds me more of Gears of War.
I like his design.
Cold.
It's a shame that he's the last cat, one of the last characters of the game. Like, has no skins whatsoever too.
What do you mean? Is that the best name they could come up with? Koldo's pretty cool name.
I'm actually gonna give it to Koldo. No, I'm gonna say he's kind of a good at design.
Yeah, he has a great design.
He's gonna go like Vanellope von Schweetz. Spectre Hideout is a top-down asymmetrical multiplayer game for 2 to 5 players, inspired by Ghost Mansion formula. Pits a team of hunters against one invisible specter.
It's Spectre.
Spectre!
Victor.
Oh, it's top-down.
Spectre.
It's top-down Asym Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's
Okay.
Mansion. Oh.
I go. Have fun.
Alright, anyway. Good night, everybody! Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. So, okay, well, this one, you know what? Junie221, we're gonna end off with Junie's post saying, "So I found out that not only Robin Williams was a huge anime nerd, but also a furry." Thank you, Junie, for this incredible information, Junie. Alright, good night, everybody.
Junie, I just want to let you know I'm rapidly approaching vacation.
The screaming monkey. Ah, rest in pieces, Highguard.